This is Sunita Basnet from Nepal. Jacqueline Patino from Bolivia. And Malayapinas from the Philippines. And I must say that this is an alias because of the danger of being a journalist in the Philippines. We are not revealing her real name. Who would like to begin to give us your World Pulse report?
Namaste. I come from a small village of 500 in Nepal. When I was 14 years old, I noticed that my father gathered with certain men and decided for the development of my community. I asked my father, why not women? My father said, shut up and do the chores. I felt kicked out from my community. But later, I find that my father decided for the development of my community because he was educated. Then I realized that I needed to be educated. I never gave up. That's why I became the first person from my village to receive a full scholarship for my higher education. When I was 16 years old, I started a microfinance. Now I have 3 microfinance. And all the women from my community participated. And my father sometimes borrow money through me. After I joined World Pulse, I started speaking out online. And I started receiving several opportunities. I was chosen to speak in a conference in London. I received a grant to do a health clinic and street drama. Although I have never been to Africa, I am working online to mentor blind girls in Ghana. These all opportunities I'm receiving is like very short times, less than 8 months, like boom, boom, boom. Therefore, my vision is to empower women by starting an NGO where I will select a girl from each of the 75 districts from my country and provide a full scholarship. I am also coordinating to organize a microfinance conference in Nepal. I believe that this is only possible if we have a platform where we can stand up and speak out for the truth, like what I'm doing today. Before, my neighbors didn't want to hear me, but today, the world is waiting to hear me, to hear my voice. This is a revolution. Please join my revolution. Thank you.
Fly back with me. Buenas noches. Fly back with me to when I'm 18 years old and I'm holding a baby in my hands. Or 20 and I'm holding 2 babies in my hands. I can hear my aunt. Your life is over. You need to work now. My grandmother, you're like a burned paper. It was a time of terrible political violence in the streets and in my home. And I left my violent husband at home. And I was terribly afraid of going to the university. But I did. And 4 years later, I came down with a diploma in my hands and graduated second of the class. With an oven and my diploma in business, I started one business, one small business. Then the second, then the third, and maybe about 12 businesses that I sold to other women afterwards. I have started writing in World Pulse, and I have felt the need to write about teenage girls. And my first comment was from a 16-year-old Nigerian. She said, "Thank you. You have saved my life." And my voice was needed. It was amazing.
Magandang gabi po. I came from the Philippines, the pearl of the Orient, yet a country full of blood and miseries, where women are called domestic helpers, mail-order brides, and little brown fucking machines by U.S. servicemen assigned in our country. At age 5, I worked with my mother, selling foods and cigarettes. At 15, I worked in the banana plantation, working 17 hours a day under the burning heat of the sun and exposing myself to pesticides. At 20, I became a human rights activist. My first husband disappeared, and several of my colleagues were killed. I too survived several attempts in my life, and I heard the voices of my colleagues buried underground, waking me up in the middle of the night and saying, "Malaya, please bring our voices to the world." I found World Pulse while working online and started to connect with women all over the world. Then, the bloodiest massacre happened in my country, the bloodiest in the history of journalism. 58 journalists and activists were brutally murdered last year, and 2 of them were my friends. In less than 24 hours, I posted a story on World Pulse, and it was picked up by international news. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation interviewed me via Skype, and before the program, I didn't know about the Skype. But then, I overcome my fear of technology, and I was heard. I had a 7-year-old daughter, and she's missing me so much, and she's crying. And I said to her, "Baby, this is for you, and for your daughter someday, and for all the daughters of the world. Join me in showing to the world that we Filipino women are not servants of the world. We are servants of peace and freedom. Not only in my country, but anywhere in the world, we must end violence against women and girls." When our whispers become a trumpet, this will be, and we will be, a great power of change. Join me. Thank you. Thank you.